Back. Told you I was gonna be doing more lives. Back at y'all, you know what I'm saying? This just came across the press. Yeah, I mean, well, actually, the Jim Jones and the 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? That little beef been going on for a while. It's been heated up recently when Jim Jones went on the Breakfast Club and he shout out the Breakfast Club. He basically he responded to 50 Cent calling him a rat. You know what I'm saying? He didn't appreciate 50 Cent calling him a rat. So the boy, he said, I don't want to mess up his words. He said something to the fact of that 50 Cent, that it was consequences to when you say things like that, when you call people rats, or when you try to discredit somebody's character. You know what I'm saying? There's consequences to that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the beef is sparked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all, my opinion on the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all my opinion and the Rolling Loud situation. You know what I mean? Rolling Loud is a big time festival that goes on every year. You know what I'm saying? They have a bunch of performers that come through, and all the top artists, parts of all the top artists, in the country, pretty much, they perform at this festival. So basically, it's in New York. It's coming up. The Rolling Out festival that's coming up is going to be in New York. I'm familiar with the one that was in Miami. I think it was in Miami last year. If I'm not mistaken, it's in different cities. You know what I'm saying? They go to different cities and they bring all the artists out. And those two issues is the issues that I'm going to be touching on today. The Jim Jones versus 50 Cent and the Rolling Loud little situation that's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm just trying to wait and see. From a couple more people's gonna come in the chat before I just go in. I'm trying to get this live thing together. For a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be popping up this chat. So let me do that. Pop out the chat. I'll be able to see the comments because yesterday when I was doing this, I couldn't see the damn comments while I was doing my 1-2, man. So we gotta get it right. Let's get it right. Pop this chat out. And, like so. Pop it out. Put this back. Yeah, that's it. Lit. Litty. We litty. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and go in. Now, Jim Jones versus 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? It started out with the little jabs back and forth on Instagram. They was going in on each other. And it was just like it was a little playful thing, you know what I mean? But it's heated up. You know what I'm saying? This little beef is heated up. And I'm not surprised, you know what I'm saying? Because 50 Cent, he's he's staying some beef. You know what I'm saying? He's staying in some beef when it's like he starts beef almost just to keep his name relevant. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how he came in the game. 50 came in the game beefing. So, I'm not surprised. He's able to market off of that and promote himself and, the things that he has going on by keeping his name in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock nobody's hustle. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like this one is going a little bit, a little bit past the Instagram jabs now. When you get to calling people rats and making these kind of claims, you really, you shouldn't say them type of words about someone, especially like when it comes to the street mentality or whatever. You shouldn't say stuff like that unless you got some some proof, evidence. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't just dry slander someone's name like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why Jimmy took that the way he took it. You know what I'm saying? Because it went from just throwing jabs on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? To now we slandering my man's name. You slandering the man's name when you get to tell saying that he's a rat. You know what I'm saying? You trying to discredit him. You could, if the wrong person hear that, they might want to do something to Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Just because they think he's a rat. You know what I'm saying? They might want to harm the guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now you're taking it past Instagram jabs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know how did it get to that point? You know what I'm saying? To where Fifth will want to call him a rat. I mean, I know when it came out in the media that Jim Jones was on the wiretap or whatnot. A lot of people was questioning his credibility. They was saying, "Is Jim Jones an informant?" But nobody, from what I seen, nobody presented proof to say for sure that that man was a rat. You know what I'm saying? So in that in that regard, goddamn, I feel like Fifth shouldn't just jumped out the window and called the man a rat. You know what I'm saying? That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy, he took that a certain way. He took that, he feeling a certain kind of way about that. So, it might get to, it might get violent. Some violence might come from it. I hope not, but it's possible. You know, them being two older guys, you know what I'm saying? That I think I think they'll be able to sit down and hash that out. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them are pretty much they about their money. So war is never good for the bag. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna spend more money in the war than you're gonna be making. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be bringing in. You ain't even gonna have time to hustle because you're gonna be too busy playing, plotting, strategizing. Trying to lay down your move. You know what I'm saying? So war is never good for the bag, and them two dudes are about their bag. So I can't see them really going too much farther than past the internet. To be honest with you know what I'm saying? But if it does, hey, people handle they differences the way they handle their differences. You know what I'm saying? But the Rolling Loud situation, now this one kind of caught me by surprise. The Rolling Loud is a big time festival. It happens. I don't know how many times a year that this festival is. If it's just a one time a year or if they do it several times a year. But I know the last one I remember they had a festival. It was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And the Rolling Loud, like the name say, it's like a weed type of festival. You know what I'm saying? And they bring all the hip hop acts from around the country. From the big acts to some of the lesser known acts. And they throw a big, everybody comes to perform. So in a few, I don't know when it's supposed to be. Hold on, let me take a look at it because it's coming up and it's going to be in New York. So basically, you would think that they would have New York artists performing at the Rolling Loud situation. But it came out today that the New York Police Department they said that they didn't want these certain artists performing basically because they had street ties or these artists had what you would say, they was related to violent acts that happened in New York. You know what I'm saying in the streets of New York. So basically the NYPD doesn't want Casanova 2 times, 22 G's, the young folks, you know what I'm saying? Shout out 22 G's, Pop Smoke, Chef G, or Don Q. NYPD does not want any of those artists right there to perform in Rolling Loud due to their street ties. You know what I'm saying? They're basically saying that these guys have street ties to the street, and they or their entourages or the people that they roll with has been involved in violent acts in the city, in New York City. You know, and they're saying that they're pretty much what you would want to call it a security risk to have any of them dudes performing. You know, they would have to take up the security and all of that. It sounds like a money play to me because it's like, okay, Bim, if they take up the security, that means they're gonna have to hire more police officers. So that means the police is just trying to, like, okay, if you want these dudes to perform, y'all gonna have to pay us to come make sure the thing is secure and all that. Now, me personally, I haven't heard of many things happening at any of these dudes' concerts or shows or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I keep my ear to the street. You know, I got my hand on the pulse of this hip hop shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that I'm just a fan of all of them dudes' music or nothing like that, but I am in tune with each of their movements. And I haven't heard of no violence at their shows or whatever, but the New York City Police Department is saying that if you want these guys to perform, that basically, um, they're a security risk. So what that's telling me, if you want them to perform, you're gonna have to pay us for we can come make the thing secure for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's almost like some mafia shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how the Italians, like almost like on some extortion type shit, man. Yeah, everybody know that New York City cops is known to be some of the most foul departments in the country. You know what I'm saying? You got New York, L.A., and what did it say? Yeah, it says if they perform, then it's a higher risk of violence that's gonna happen if any of these dudes perform. You know what I'm saying? So sound like this a money play to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Is it a money play or is goddamn these dudes gang ties does that heighten the risk of violence going down at this Rolling Loud situation? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I haven't heard of no violence happening at these dudes shows or whatever. You know, it's almost like the Takashi effect. They first was laying down this little move with Takashi. You know, he was on the SMD movement. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing out the Franks to everybody. So shout out Snow Billy. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing out the Franks to everybody. And yeah, man, the boy Takashi was throwing out the Franks to everybody. So that heightened the risk of violence happening at his show because he had a lot of haters. A lot of people didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he was a troll. You know what I'm saying? He came up off of trolling. And so he was a security risk, basically. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere he went, anywhere around the country he went, he had to have heightened security. And he was a security risk in New York. He couldn't really perform in New York because of that situation. You know what I'm saying? He was a heightened security risk. So now it seems like they're imposing the Takashi effect on the rest of the New York artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. It's been shaky ever since hip hop has been shaky. The concerts and the performances have been shaky in New York ever since that Troy Ave incident. You know, at I want to say Urban Plaza. If I'm not mistaken, that was Urban Plaza where that went down at. You know, Yeah, yeah, man, that's pretty much the lowdown on that right there, man. This they shutting them boys' pockets down, man. They trying to, you know what I'm saying, stop them boys from eating. They trying to stop them boys from eating, man. That's what it sounds like to me, man. So, it's crazy if you can't even perform in it when you can't even perform in the city that you're from. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a wild thing right there. But yeah, man, I'm just tapping back in with y'all. I told y'all I'm gonna be doing these lives. We're gonna be chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? And all these hip hop with the hip hop, the the entertainment, the sports. We touching on all that, and we still drop the documentaries. If you followed this channel because you love those documentaries that we brought to you, you know what I'm saying. If you look at my channel, I don't hardly have no videos on the channel. It's because my page is under review for being monetized. I got demonetized because of the YouTube download. It is what it is. Those videos will be back available when I get monetized. But for right now, if you're looking for those documentaries, you know what I'm saying, those hood documentaries that this channel is known for, go to Hip Hop Media Outlet. That's another one of my channels. And that channel right there, that's where we dropping the documentaries at. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, you know what I'm saying? So if you ain't subscribed to this channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell when I go live. Y'all will be in tune with me, you know what I'm saying? And we'll be able to rock out, man. You know what I mean? Subscribe to that Hip Hop Media